You live.
Is you live?
Let's see if you come through. There you go. Okay. Anybody that subscribes is now notified.
Okay.
Hey, I want to show you something.
Show me. There goes Sammy D.
Sammy's in the building.
Hey, Lori.
Hey, Lori.
Wait, there's... How do I say that?
Gianni.
Hey, Daza. Hi, Josie. Wait, what am I doing wrong? Forgot my own password. Nice, Jack. Jack's the first to give a thumbs up. Oh, and the girl you gave the hat to?
Uh-huh.
She watches. That's James's sister. James Reed's sister.
Who's James Reed?
James Reed is one of your Patreon people.
Oh, I gave her a hat?
Yeah, you gave a hat away for her. You're guessing your rap name or something.
Oh, we got to mail it.
Right. I
Okay.
know.
Uh-huh.
They reached out to me Wednesday.
Okay.
He told me to just mail it to his house. But that's his sister. You so funny. Like, who's James? Only one of your subscribers. He's been with us for a minute, too.
All right. Well, appreciate that love. We got some people in the building.
56 of your closest friends.
56. Man, there's not a lot of big news tonight. So instead of going nutso with a bunch of stuff that really doesn't matter, what I thought I would do... Yep, Doc. Someone just put it out there. He was like, yeah, good review of your Patreon. Said, of the greatest hits.
What happened?
Oh, I did that talk yesterday on Patreon.
Oh, okay. So now can I go back? Okay, I don't care. Okay. All these updates. Come on. Oh, it's off to the side. Okay, I got it.
I'll use the generic Q&A for Friday until I come up with something that's more earth-shattering. I thought tonight we could basically just have a round-robin discussion for people that don't truly understand how all of this works, what's going on, where you're at, how you move forward. And honestly, what's the deal? If you guys could please start copy pasting the link out there for anybody that might want to join. And if they don't want to join, that's cool too. I get you.
What you mean, for Patreon?
Mm-mm.
Join what?
For just join the chat tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. Why
Shout out to Florida right now. I know they're going through hell with that hurricane. Shout out to Oregon going through an earthquake. So, you know, there's a lot of devastation going on in the world. So if they're not tuned in, I understand. I wouldn't blame them either. I wouldn't be tuned in either. I've been through a couple hurricanes in my time, and it's no fun. Hey, y'all. And somebody left a comment and said, well, Mr. Brando's energy low because he probably thinks... And he was from a communist leader from a communist country that I'm not even going to mention because he started so many fake accounts. Dude, Mr. Brando's energy level is low because I wake up at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning posting news or trying to find bombs. That's why my energy level's low. And I work 60 hours a week. I'm human. I've been keeping this up for darn near, almost 3/4 of a year? I've never worked as hard as I have to provide as much information as I have for so many people in my whole life. Now, for myself, I was casual. I probably read another 40 hours, 45 hours a week additional to what I normally do. But doing this for you guys, I read anywhere from 80, I work 60, I'm reading all the time there, and then I'm off 3 days, so probably about another 30 hours there. So I'm reading for you guys 70 to 80 hours a week worth of news, comments, whatever. So I apologize if my news format's not something that you like, or I also apologize if you don't like the commercials. I'm sorry what little bit YouTube does give me after they...
Lindsay, stop vaping.
I'm never going to stop vaping. I'm going to live. I'm vaping for life. Somebody else wants to stop vaping. I'm never stop vaping.
A lot of your...
Y'all want to start smoking again? I can start smoking. I love smoking.
I don't...
I like smoking. That was my favorite thing in the whole universe. Vaping, it's a zero. I could have far worse habits. I smoked cigars for a long time. How was the drink last night? The drink was the bomb. Actually, it was a little sweet for my taste.
I still think they put some kind of sweetener in your drink. Like what I have in my margaritas because it looked kind of like a tinge of yellow.
It definitely had a sweetness to it. I wasn't used to that, but I drank them.
I drank them.
Hola, amigo, Kelly. Daisy's around here somewhere, gang.
She downstairs with
Oh, and Moy. Yeah, Moy's here, so she's downstairs with Moy playing. Or watching her. What it do, Big Law? Subbies. Oh, Gil, good. You got your coin. Good. Glad to see you got it. We mail out as many as possible a week, so please be patient, Patreon. Hey, from Ontario, Susan Weaver. Los Gatos, California. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful to see a diversified group from everywhere. We got that gas. I know you do, Gherkin Legend. How's the South, Brother Knight? The South is good. I mean, we got a little rain earlier, but it wasn't nothing like Florida. So y'all please pray for Florida. I mean, I know they're getting the crap kicked out of them.
We have Bethany, a lot of people in Florida. A lot of
Bethany, Nancy. We got Mr. Frazier. There's a couple others. I can't think their names are in Patreon. They always speak to. And forgive me, y'all. Forgive me. I just so many names in my mind. But all you Florida folks, man, please stay safe. Stay well. Should we start the intros?
Sure.
Let's do our thug fizzle.
Mr. Frazier's in the house.
Mr. Frazier, buenos dias, senor.
Morpheus and Neo. That's what I'm gonna call the two of you.
That's what we call each other.
Morpheus and Neo.
I'm Morpheus and I'm Neo and he calls me Morpheus.
He calls you Morpheus.
Yeah,
so
he's Neo. That's my brother from another mother. Besides him, Daza, a few others, Nancy, I talk to them like every day. Shout out to Venus. Venus is getting ready to come on board. She's a company builder. That's what she does for a living. She builds companies.
You talk to Bethany.
I said Bethany, my sister.
You said Nancy.
Oh, Nancy, Bethany. I'm sorry, Bethany, my sister for real. I talk to Bethany like 3-4 times a day, usually every day. Different strategies. She's gonna love Venus.
Pimpin'.
I talk to Pimp on a limp every day. At least by text, if not by phone call. So many of y'all, I can go through my thing. Y'all know who you are. Shout out to new people like Carlo, Susan, I talk to. Those are in the girls groups, you know what I'm saying? I try not to get in the girls' business because the girls, man, they're too damn strong for me. They be on it. They be wanting to know dates, rates, and how what our fate look like. I can't do all that there. Can you post the links on Telegram, please? For what?
What links?
I don't know. I always post the links on Telegram. I posted a bunch of links earlier on Telegram.
Okay, whoever said that, what link are you talking about posting on?
Lisa said, can you post a link on Telegram? But I don't know if it was from an earlier comment or something.
Well, post it again if you need it and tell me what link
What
we're
you're
talking
looking
about.
for. Okay, Wednesdays. This has got to be Thursday. Okay.
Ready for the news?
Yeah, I'm ready for the
news.
Is you live?
Is you live? We were supposed to wear our shirts, our t-shirts. They in Dallas tonight.
I know. We'll wear it Monday. Hey, shout out to Barry Brewer, who last night we went to his comedy show. If y'all didn't see on Facebook, he literally for like 10 minutes went on about us, the Iraqi Dinar, wealth building. If you want to join us, Patreon. He literally gave us like a major shout out during a live comedy show. They sat us in the front, man. It was VIP. Now we paid for it. Like it was no like given to us, but like he gave us like the whole thing. Like shout out to Brewer, man. Dude, the first of all, if y'all haven't seen The Whole Crew Stupid, if you like Big Job, if you like Minx, if you like Brewer, man, you gotta watch because Brewer's like the MC. You could tell, man, dude is like real seasoned with his business. Shout out to Clyde for introducing, making that, you know what I mean, us and them connect. That was really cool. Really hella cool vibe. We sat next to some really cool people. And
Barry is invested in Dinar.
He told me that last night.
I'm trying to convince him to go to the Dong side.
Mm-hmm. And digital currency side. We'll work on him. You know, we made sure we had each other's numbers. We exchanged numbers.
If you are watching Barry, Dong is more attractive. You can go to Chase Bank and pick it up. It's not under sanctions. And you can pick some up whenever you like. Now, that's my pitch. Okay.
I have only one pitch. It's called IQD ISX for Life 10X.
What'd you say, NASA?
NASA!
They said your shirt is bomb, too.
Thank you. You know, I'm a big kid. I like, you know what I mean, goofy stuff. I bought this with my daughter. She's like, Dad, get that shirt. I'm like, okay.
We have some grants for NASA.
Oh, you did? Okay. Well, I'm looking for some grants from NASA for me, too. Tonight's going to be super casual, so I hope you're not expecting, like, a crazy windfall of news. On Fridays, I'm thinking about changing it specifically to questions and answers. So I'm going to start prepping you guys right now. There's no news on Fridays, hardly. So from here on out, we're going to do questions and answers. I've got a little bit news I'm going to read to you. This is from the international bodies and organizations concerned with the subject of international contracts only on the occasion of commercial transaction. These bodies have made great efforts to unify the provisions of international trade to emerge features of new branch of law, the international trade law, which includes international agreements that have been completed in the field of international trade and model contracts. It's no secret that the WTO was there today, or it was real today, I think. The WTO was there today, and the ascension into the World Trade Organization. You got to look at what's happening. So, a timeline. So, we're going to talk just freely, like just you and me, right? So, what have you seen in the news? You've seen big corruption cases. You've seen cases about Article 140, right? Mm-hmm. You've also seen big cases about minting new coins, right? And I've told you guys, and I believe it, that they minted those coins a minute ago, right? Okay. We also saw that the whole thing with what was that group's name? The UNAIMCO or something like that was there. And me and Pepe, we've been talking about that since like July. You know what I'm saying? And I was the first one to tell y'all, I really believe that those UN sanctions held a lot more weight than anybody, even me. I'm the first one to admit when I'm wrong. Even me gave credit for it, okay? Now all of a sudden the WTO is back pounding on them to join their ascension to the WTO. You can't achieve any of that and through a sharp investment law that makes it plausible that you get money into the country and out of the country. Remember this, if you're an international country, let's just say you're from Spain, and you're new to the Middle East, you're new to the way that you want to be able to put your money into a bank, and you want to be able to get your money out of a bank if it makes a profit. If you can't do that, it's not a good business investment, right? Mm-hmm. Remember this, what's the number one rule to investing? Don't lose your money. Right?
Makes sense to me, yeah.
That's the number one rule to investing. Don't lose your money. Don't lose the capital, right? So if I was a company getting ready to invest in Iraq, there has to be some assurances that are played out between governments, finance, the CBI, to certain larger institutions that say you're not going to lose your money, right? For this definition, we see the law international trade continues the objective rules for the rule of international trade relations, and it's not merely a unification of national attribution rules, so that unified rule defines the national law applicable as the law of state of the conclusion of the contract by example of the law of the state implementing the contract. So basically what they're saying is that if you start in with something, they're going to honor it, they're going to make sure it happens. Talabani, not Tamimi, Talabani stresses the importance of the restart the application of Article 140. He's the Deputy Prime Minister of the Kurdistan region on Thursday in the city of Erbil with a delegation of the U.S. Consulate and the Norwegian diplomatic delegation. The issues of budget, oil security, relations between Erbil and Baghdad. Another focus on the meeting, including highlighting the new steps of regional government in order to solve problems and improve services. The delegation of the U.S. Consul, along with Stephen Vinn, while the delegation was headed by Norwegian Special Representatives for Syria and Iraq, accompanied by Tony. Basically, they've got to start really not just talking about doing it, but getting Article 140 out of the way. Article 140 is not a post-reinstatement activity. The post-reinstatement activity is the HCL. How are you going to pay every citizen, okay? And that's why they're coming up with a fractional currency, which is the coins. Remember, we talked about fractional currency and fractional banking a long time ago. We're not the first to come up with the concept, but you know what? I thought we did a very good job explaining it, because if you're going to have fractional banking, you have to have fractional currency. That's the 0.00 after after the decimal point, after the exchange. And remember, on the exchange, guys, when they told you, when you read it from left to right, that's the way, right to left, that's the way they read. They don't read the same way we do. So don't get those two things confused.
Laura says, been surfing channels everywhere. Is really hyped up. What is your opinion?
I'm not hyped. I don't get hyped about the investment unless I see certain key factors, keywords in those things.
All right.
And I'll tell you why I don't get hyped. Because I've been here before, and I get excited, especially when I hear stuff about the coins. I get excited about Article 140. I get excited about big time corruption. I get excited about them foiling forgeries, because I know that if I look at the forgeries, like the $100 bill, like the coins, I know that this is all stuff that's getting ready to happen, because there's no way that you know about something happening. Why would you forge something if you don't know it has any value to it, right? They're talking about dismissing a few more ministers. A lot going on. You're in a good... I mean, listen. I know every time you're going to say, well, you always say it, you're in a good spot, but you're not in a negative headspace with this, because you got to understand that the benchmarks, the MOE, they just told you the Ministry of Education was going to get settled next legislation. That's Tuesday. So I know every month it sounds like, well, this month, that month. No. The benchmarks got to be met so that we can go forward with what we talk about. When the benchmarks aren't met, I'm not going to co-sign it. As much as I love it or don't love it, that's what I've come up with. That's what it has to be. Mr. B, I have a few 500 and 250 dinar notes. Can you tell me the value example? Is the 250 dinar equivalent to a 25K dinar? No. The 25K dinar, if you go back through the international data, when it reinstates, will be divided by the bills that once you reinstated. So if you got 25,000 note, they're going to give you 25 $1,000 notes. They've already said that, and give you the exchange rate. That's why there's no LOP. I'm not concerned with a LOP. Anybody that tells you a LOP hasn't read anything. You can go back through it. I posted on Patreon. I posted on Facebook. I posted on Facebook. I made it public, private. I did a Telegram. I posted everywhere, and it takes hours to comprise that material. Do you guys want to know a secret? The reason why I do this show live instead of me going back and editing it, because with all my research and the stuff I got to go through, if I had to edit it, you would never get the information. I'd be slower than snail mail, because it just takes forever to get this. George, thank you. We get hyphy. Yeah, and Pempe, excellent point that you put on Facebook about a certain YouTuber. Man, I'll tell you what, y'all. A broke clock it works twice a day.
It's right twice a day, right?
It's right twice a day. And you know what? Not to bash nobody. Y'all, everybody has the same mission in mind. Now, I'm not about to tear down somebody else anymore to make myself look smart. I'm not about to flip off the camera unless you're a hater. You two thumbs down, you get the finger up, and you know what it is. But what I want people to understand is that it puts a lot to put yourself out there, right? And I think if you're attacking people and you're going after people, it's because you feel some type of way about you. You know what I'm saying?
Mama Barnes says she watching. She just...
Hey, Mama Barnes. Hey. Shout out San Diego. Shout out the left side. The left side. Everybody calls that the left side.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Man, you better get up on things.
I'm up. I'm up. I'm here for it.
I lost my favorite cup.
You're killing it.
Not the same.
Show him your cup. Show him what it says. You're killing it.
Hopefully. So what questions do you have? Call in right now. Call or type it in.
Bang my line.
Bang my line. If you got a question, I don't care how crazy. If I can answer it, I'll answer it. I don't know about dates or rates, but I'll answer any question that you have. Jack says, when we see the IQD on Forex, we can get excited. Jack, I hate to say this. By the time you see the IQD on Forex, it'll be over. We'll be all rushing to the bank because we will have an internationally traded currency.
And let me say this. We are 39 subscribers from the 50K IQD giveaway. So get 39 of your friends to subscribe so we can give that away.
Yeah, I want to give away 50,000 in IQD, so please. Hello? Hey.
Hey there.
What are you doing?
Oh.
Who's this?
This is Mike. McCurley.
Hey, what's up, Mike? Let me see.
No, nothing.
Nah, I'm not working today, man.
Work calls.
I know, right? I know. I my daughter's with me and everything, man. Hey, I'm doing a live show real quick. Can I call you back? Oh, call me in an hour. All right, bro. I'm in. Bye. Mr. Brando! Someone just called me. Never mind what he asked me what I wanted.
We live.
But where was I at? So, I don't think tearing down anything or building anything else is going to help anybody at this point. That's Bethany. I don't know why she calls the show number. She could just call a number. Hey, Bethany.
Bethany? Maybe it was a butt dial. Hello? I don't think she meant to call you.
Tell Thor to...
What are you guys doing tonight?
We're on live. That's what we're doing tonight. What are you doing tonight?
I'm just calling to tell you all thank you.
Thank you for what?
Calling in to tell you all thank you.
For what, Bethany?
For being who you guys are and helping us all along the way and giving us all this great information and being such a great support.
Aw. Man, man, this is like my big sister right here, y'all. We talk, Bethany, tell the truth. We talk almost damn near every day.
Yeah.
We talk about business, news, what's going on. Man, shout out to you and everything you've done for us. And thank you for being there. And thank you for just doing what you do, too.
Yeah. And I have one question. And I do have one question. And the question is Iraq under the section or Chapter 7 sanction with the UN?
To formally answer that question is yes. Because the only time they're under the sanction because they want to be. As soon as they formally reintroduce their currency to international standards, it will be Article 8. The UN has stated that they can be Article 8 compliant by subcategories. There were 2 notes to that. So, they could be Article 8. They're just not. But not because they're sanctioned not to be. Before, thank you, Kelly. Shout out to Kelly. Before they were sanctioned where they couldn't be Article 8 through the UN. You see what I'm saying? When that lifted, it opened up the gateway for people to say, hey, look, now you can do whatever you need to do. So, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Where'd you get that question?
From your friend. I seen it. And so I wanted to make sure that we had the correct information.
Bev.
Your friend.
I know it is. Bev. Bev?
Yes.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
On your vacation days, will you quit watching YouTube and just do what we do? Quit being bored. Okay, I know I didn't call you back, but I see what happens when I leave you alone. You start listening to these nut jobs.
Wait, Bethany, I want you to message me on Facebook and tell me who you talking about. I have a feeling, but I ain't gonna say it.
Mr. 100%.
I figured.
Can I tell y'all something? It's easier to confuse you than to educate you. And what she's asking is legitimate. if you follow our channel and then you follow a couple other people's, a lot of people, we're not all talking about different things. You know what I'm saying? It's very difficult to say, well, I'm first. It may not be first, but your spin may be first. And it's probably not after 15 years. It may be fresh, but it's probably not first. Does that make sense?
Paul sent you something.
Paul?
And
Oh, shout out to Paul.
The reason I'm asking the question is because I want to make sure that the other people following that individual are getting the correct information.
Well, and that's why. Hey, Beth, do you remember this morning in Telegram? What did I post in Telegram? My show notes. Remember I posted my show notes?
Yes.
Do you know why I post my notes so people can see it when I do Telegram? Or Patreon?
Yes, so people could be educated and they can know the truth.
So, I would ask you, for these other YouTubers that are out there doing it, why don't they just post their notes where they're getting the information from?
There are no notes.
Well,
Good point. I mean, that's a good point.
and it's not marketing at that point. It's just transparency is transparency. And a lot of people, what they don't realize about this is, if you want a quick fix and you want someone to read your information to you, there's a quick fix for it. If you want someone out there to tell you about all kinds of fantasy, there's a quick fix for it. If you want someone to give you more of a long, drawn-out explanation like ours, there's a fix for it. What people got to understand is everybody right? Yeah. Is everybody wrong? Yeah. And you're going to believe who you believe, but unless they can show you the show notes for it, I'd question it.
Well, the best research is your own research.
Well, and that's why the research that I do, the research that I put forward, I post. Look at this.
Well,
and you can argue those points.
I think one thing you always say when somebody hears something or they have one place where one article is posted, you say you have to see that same information several times before you believe it.
Right.
So I think that's the same rule of thumb to follow for everything.
And then also, let me tell y'all this. You're going to follow who you want to follow, right? That makes me near and there. If you want to hear what I know based upon the articles that I read, follow me. And if you want to follow me, then I'm going to take you to a different plane because I believe in show and tell. If I show and tell you, then it's the truth. If I can't provide an article or a link, it ain't true. Right? And Bethany, you've known me for a good little while now. When me and you first got started, I was always like, here's the link. Here's the link. Here's the link. Teaching you how. Now, Bethany's one of the best news article gatherers in the universe. Bethany can get you a link. You want a link to that? I got it. You want a link to that? I got it. You want a link to that? I got it. You want the Twitter for that? I got it. You want the Instagram? Whatever. But she's going to prove it to you. It's called show and tell. It's not about being first. It's about being accurate at this point. And that's where a lot of people are missing the boat. They want to be popular on YouTube. Man, don't worry about popularity. With your correct information, your popularity will grow. And God bless you.
So what happened to your cup?
Love came yesterday. She cleaned up.
Who's
the cup's
Love?
missing.
Who's Love? For people.
Love helps us out.
So you need a new cup.
Yes! I've lost my damn cup. I don't even like this cup.
Don't send him another cup. And don't be talking about my cup.
I'm not killing it with this cup.
Go get Moy's cup.
No, Moy says Moy.
Right. Mine says you're killing it.
I need Mr. Brando cup,
Okay,
man.
talk to y'all later.
Love you, Beth. Talk later.
Bye.
Bye. Daisy says bye, Thor.
Crazy little girl.
You know what? Don't argue your points with anybody. What you gotta do is when you can give an example of your point and you say, hey, look, the reason why the Iraqi Dinar is not going to lot because historically speaking, blah, 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 blah. And you can say, okay, well, based upon this from the Iraqi Business Journal, we know this from this. That's a hint. If you don't have my notes, the Iraqi Business Journal is what I use to substantiate my argument, not deleting the zeros. And it's all provable. They never planned on deleting the zeros in the sense of a $25,000 note becomes $25K, or a $25,000 note becomes $25. That was never the case. They never thought of that. It's been going on since 2003. There's been over 70 either reinstatements or redenominations or revaluations that have happened. Some of them favorable, some of them not. People don't understand that. But you know what? This ain't a new phenomenon. Hell, Kuwait ought to show you that. Japan, Germany, Brazil. Even Zimbabwe.
What's up with Zimbabwe?
Zimbabwe's a dead horse.
James, you can get a container for your coin on Amazon. Go to Amazon and they sell the airtight coin protectors.
Hold on, I gotta put someone through here.
What happened? I don't hear that.
Uncle Luke.
Chicken, I've been trying to check in on you.
Man, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you? You look good. You look a little better. Huh?
I'm feeling better. We had some fun.
Good. I was trying to check on you earlier, you know, that, and then make fun of that name that will go unmentioned. You seem to be posted in the group. I couldn't help it.
Yeah,
I did.
that was funny.
That was funny.
I said, Nan and the doo-doo, or I said, Nan and the boo-boo, sticky head and doo-doo. We've been talking about that in July. We're going into September tomorrow. Okay, I just want to throw that out there. You know, but the funny thing about it was the contradiction. I don't listen to other people, and then he says, I'm bringing you something that other ones don't bring you. I'm like, well, hold on there, fool. How the hell do you know what others are talking about or not talking about when you say you don't listen to other people? You feel me?
I mean, I can't defend any platform that's out there from a YouTuber. There's no such thing as these gurus because these people are self-taught. I'm not a guru. April's not a guru. Daisy's probably the biggest guru in the room. My 12-year-old daughter's probably a bigger guru than I am. The only thing I can tell you is that if you read information, Pimpe posts a plethora of information on all kinds of social media.
I was just going to say that. You know what makes us different than everybody else?
Yeah.
Dude, and we tell everybody where we get the info from. So don't just take a word. Go to where we're saying and then look for yourself. So, you know, we're not just saying it, but we're also educating people too. And what happens is you get in the habit of going to these areas to look for your info. After a while, you start to know where to look for yourself, which is good because then you can really contribute to the conversation. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you can add in, hey, look, this is what I know, this is what I know, this as well.
Or I read the same information and I disagree with you. This is what it really says.
Well, yeah.
Right? Not everybody's always right. I've misinterpreted an article. I've misinterpreted text. It's not a big deal. Links to the Facebook groups.
Dippy's always right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Hold on. Paul says, I think the coins are minted. Paul, I would agree with you.
I think they're minted too. That's funny you should bring that up. I was actually thinking about that earlier.
Mm.
Because remember, they said something about it takes like 4 to 5 years for a scene to happen. And I thought to myself, that's interesting for them to use that that specific amount of time because in 2014, remember, they said we're not going to do the rate change for 5 years. And I thought to myself, I wonder if somehow those are connected. You know what I mean?
Well,
were they starting at that moment to make the coins?
Yes.
Is it really? Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Listen, Alok already had plans to put his name on the currency, right? He already come up with the new security measures, the new window. He come up with a coin system that he felt was in favor of, Iraq. And now that we're seeing him being, he's being replaced, now all of a sudden we can look back and say, well, damn, they were going to do this. They were going to do it. That's why it was so important that when Abadi got those minting things back from ISIS, that the ISIS were going to pass off as old currency, that those were, going to get foiled because they knew that what was coming down the pipe. Because there is a lot of corruption in Iraq doesn't mean that they're completely honest, but what it does mean for you is that when we see something in forgery, such as $100 dinar, such as coins, then we know for a fact that it's coming down the pipe. And I've got enough now retired generals, shout out Colonel, shout out my other 4-star colonel that shouts me out, shout out the boys in the sandbox. They hit me up every day, DOD, DOJ, and they tell me, look, you're accurate on this, you're not accurate on that. Now, the only thing that they've told me that I'm not right about, and I'm not even going to toot Pimpe's horn on here, but is about the way they're going to revalue the United States dollar. It's going to be different. Yeah, the dollar's going through a reinstatement also.
Yes.
It is. Whether I want to admit it, if I like it, don't like it, agree with it, the United States dollar is going through a revamp.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things going on all at one time. Real quick, Big Game James, that's funny. No Golden Zombies. Where the hell's my Golden Zombies? But you know, hey, look, I just want to talk about a couple of things real quick because I want to recap. You know, what was brought up is the fact that the United Nations is there. We already talked about that, didn't we?
No. The United Nations was in New York. They held that meeting in New York, and that was the other day. It wasn't in Iraq.
No. I'm talking about in July. Remember we said...
Hey, oh, yeah. When they went in there in July, yes.
We talked about that a long time ago.
Yes, sorry.
We already said what was going on there.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about that. We also talked about... what was that? Oh, yeah. The World Trade Organization expediting, trying to get Iraq through. We dropped that bomb on people before it was even mentioned in the news.
Yep.
Now they're talking about it in the news. What was that like? That was like around the same time. That was like back in July. You know what I mean?
And in March, we talked about coins. In March.
Yeah. So, you know, it's like, oh, come on, catch up, people. You're a little bit slow. You know, I'm not trying to brag, but I just think it's funny when people go, we were talking about something that nobody else is. I'm like, you're not taking notes during the show, you know?
Well, and here's the thing, and it's not, you know what, I used to get mad, say, you're stealing my information. No, information that we post in public platforms is public, but I guess if you're going to take the information that we give you guys, I guess Pempe's point is, at least give him credit for it. At least say, you know what, a lot of people say, well, Brando's a dumbass, he can't get anything right, Pempe's smarter than him, then you know what, say Pempe's right, I don't care.
No, that's not about that. My thing is this. It's about the crew, all of us together. And that is, we all keep each other very well informed, especially in a Facebook group. Look, I give people my opinion. People go like this. I don't want to say my people, but when I give my opinion, people say, why do you think that? I say, here's why, and I'll tell them, this is the link. Go there. Here, read this. Look at this article. Based on that, this is why. Now, that doesn't mean I'm right. I'm just saying, I'm telling you why or how I formed my own opinion, and then I just want to share with everybody. So we do, in that group, dude, there really is. I was scrolling through there the other day, looking at all the information. You know, you got Angela in there posting stuff. Yeah, Bethany was posting stuff. Yeah, between all of us, I mean, if you ain't walking out of there as some kind of currency, Iraq, geopolitical, ISX genius, I don't know, because there's so much info in there. It's like, wow, it's really overwhelming.
And let's clear up something else about ISX. ISX has been up and running for several years. The joint partnership about the software platform they're going to launch in October is in no way, in fact, a launching of ISX. The ISX has been up, as I just read you an article before. Now, is that trading platform going to stimulate not just the private sector, but open up a revenue stream, a door, so to speak, for the banking sector, or, excuse me, the private sector and the banking sector with securities that allows everybody to reap the benefits thereof because of that software platform. That's what's going to happen. Now, it doesn't mean that it's going to be in October it's open. No, it's been open. What you got to see is a reinstatement happen before anybody can sit there and tell you that, hey, look, guys, the ISX is live. Well, if the ISX is live, then the dinar is live. I don't care about the rate of the Iraqi dinar. Only thing I care about is the reinstatement of the Iraqi dinar.
Yes.
A dirty float will take care of the rest of it.
Yep. That's how you protect it. Now, here's the thing. Now, it's funny because the name whose name will not be mentioned says something about the currency being recognized internationally, and we talked about that too back in July. But let's forget about that part. But back in, I think it was a couple years ago, they had to recognize the currency partially internationally for them to even open up the ISX. Now, the ISX has been open up for a little while. What NASDAQ is doing is just continuing to share their software to make them more current and make them more up to par with everything else that's going on around the world as far as the trading is concerned. Now, again, what they're doing in October is updating what they have. You know what I mean? It's like
think of an app.
Out of a steam locomotive and putting them into a lightning rail car.
Okay, I'll give you another example. You got an app. It's Facebook. Now Facebook has a new video conferencing abilities, but you got to update the app. Until you update the app, you can't video conference. So you don't take advantage of that because you don't have the updated software to utilize the app. That's all that the NASDAQ at this point is doing with the ISX. They're updating the app. That's it.
Well, there's something you're going to love about this, because I did read into a little bit more that I like about what's going on in October. Now, I don't want to tickle people's fancies with this, and I don't want people to jump to conclusions. Now, what NASDAQ on their news release was saying is this update for Iraq would open them up to more venture capitalists from around the world who want to invest in Iraq. Now,
okay, Pimpe, stop right there. Pimpe, stop right there. Post that link.
Okay, now what I read into that was this. Okay, I get that. You know what I mean? If people, you can invest in other stock markets. Like if I want to go to China and invest in companies in China that's not on our platform, I could do that. I could do the same over in Britain. I could do the same thing over in India. You can invest in other stocks and stuff.
Hold on. Yeah. Somebody named Crypto Scotty. Are these people are they selling IQD? Crypto Scotty, get the fuck off my platform.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
He's telling me that I'm selling IQD on here.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure of it. I've read all his thread. Get out of here. You trolls. Hey, listen. You want to troll somebody else. Don't troll me.
I got a question. Someone asked the question. So,
one subscriber, no platform, nothing.
I got a question about IQD though.
Go ahead.
They want to know: do the auctions have to stop in order for the RI?
No, the auctions won't stop before the reinstatement of the Iraqi dinar. That won't happen. The auctions are propping up probably the whole private sector, besides oil revenue. So no, it won't stop. It will never stop until you see a vote about minting of the coins, or if you see the ACL law, or if you see a real change in the way that they deal in the private sector. So no, you don't have to see one to see the other, but they will tell you one before the other. The difference between now and back in 2003, in 2003 to 2008, they were very open and very honest about the vision and the path of where they want to see the IQD go and what they were doing, about reinstatement, about deleting the zeros. There was hundreds of articles written. And now what you see is like, we're not going to tell you. Because they understand now the actual currency worth. That's why you can't leave or enter Iraq with no more than $10,000 USD in IQD. There's no secret.
I think they know there's a reinstatement getting ready to happen. They don't want people to
got a question.
Loading up with people that shouldn't have it. Real quick, I think he got Crypto Scotty wrong. I think he was asking, what the hell is this channel about? He's new to this place.
Right.
He was asking, do you guys
yeah,
sell
that's
IQD?
why I was like, I don't think
about?
that's what he was saying, but...
I was like, what's he talking about? I didn't see anything, but yeah, he was just
but, okay, let me ask this question. Hilda wants to know.
I don't sell currency, I buy it.
But okay, so can we talk about the question?
Yeah.
Are they printing new? They're printing new. Aren't they printing new 25K notes and 50K notes with new security features? Why would they need to do that if they are ready to reinstate?
Well,
I don't know that they are. I thought
they already printed them like 5 years ago. That's the problem. The notes that you're seeing from the notes were printed way back when, and now they're being introduced to the marketplace. That's a legit question. The idea is that those notes been printed. They just started reintroducing them to the marketplace.
Security things in the group. Remember that?
Right.
We showed the security features in the group.
And we even had members post their new currency that they purchased from one exchange site or another and say, hey, look at this new feature. Look at that new feature. That happens.
Craig says, will the dinar go before the dong?
Yeah, the dinar's going way before the dong. Yeah, the dong ain't... Listen, y'all. The dong hasn't been through the IMF stuff. The dong hasn't been through the articles of reinstatement. The dong hasn't made a pledge about what they want to... their currency. That's why you haven't heard of any talk about a reevaluation. I have a friend that's a very good friend, Monica, that's a teacher. You know Monica with the red hair. You know what I'm talking about? The one you said, look... But she lives in Vietnam. She's a teacher. There's no... Listen, you think it's hard finding information about Iraq? Know someone that knows in Vietnam, they'll tell you the same thing. But this I do know. I've heard this from enough people in the Department of Defense that the soldiers will be the first ones to exchange. I will know 10 hours before the exchange happens publicly what happens, because they're going to get all those airmen, airwomen, Army, Air Force, Marines to do their exchange before they come back home. That money will be sent back to the bank. I will know that.
That's what happened in Kuwait. My friend Ron, I love him to death, but he was actually in Kuwait when the change happened. This is what he said. This is how he found out. He exchanged his dinar, went out partying, right? He got like $40 left over of the Kuwait dinar, right? He said the next day when they went to exchange it, he got more money back. He was like, not a lie, he only got like $120 back out of his 40. He was like, what the hell is it? Like, he was shocked. He thought they had it wrong. They go, oh, the reinstatement happened. He said, hell, if I would have known the night before, I would have bought a ton of the Kuwait dinars. That's how you found out. That's how this is going to happen. People are just going to wake up one day and a rate change is going to happen.
And here's the thing. You think that a speculator can move at a moment's notice. There's very few of us in the world that can buy 1 billion dinar or 25 billion dinar or 100 million dinar at a moment's notice. So I don't think they're worried about a 12-hour speculative period. I think they're more worried about if they drug it out for days, what would happen.
I think they're just going to announce it and then slowly but surely, and then eventually like a wave, and people are going to find out about it. It's just going to happen. You know what I mean? You're going to wake up one day and people are going to be, you know what's going to happen? You're not even going to be awake, Mr. B. You, Miss April, are going to be sleeping away, and then your phone's going to be blowing up, and you're going to be like, what the hell? What the hell's wrong with my phone?
No, can I make you laugh? This is my thing. I think it's going to happen on a Monday. I'm not one to guess a rate, but I think it's going to happen on a Monday, and I'll tell you why. For the life that I've been in this investment, I dream of myself waking up, going to work. I get to work. It's a Monday morning, and I've already worked Saturday and Sunday, and I go there, and everybody's, oh, the dinar. And I tell my boss I got to leave immediately. It's always on a Monday. It's never on a Wednesday. I never have this thought on a Thursday. It's always on a Monday.
Well, you got their Monday is our Sunday, so you know it might be your Sunday.
So,
dude, if I'm at work and all of a sudden my phone's blowing up and they're like, "Run to the bank," you know what I mean? And then I'm not gonna jump the gun. I'm not gonna say nothing to my boss. First, I want to get there. I want to talk to my manager, like you said. I'm gonna show him my dinar. He's going to give me the wink and the nod and a little fear point. We're going to say, this is the rate. He's going to go, here's your receipt. This is your available balance. This is your balance, period. And I see that the big numbers are in there. Once I grab that receipt, and I'm like, so there's no turning back? He's like, nope, there's the money. I'm going to go walking into work, jump up on the table, be taking my shirt off like I'm stripping. Turn around.
Hold on.
So Criminal Scotty says, so tell me where you can sell IQD at. You can sell back your IQD at Memorial City Mall here in Houston, Texas. And you can also go to Exchange of America. They're buying back Iraqi Dinar, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Hang on here.
And then, okay, I have a question before you say anything. Do you know when the 2020 budget will be activated?
Yeah, September.
Okay.
September.
Hey, Vigor USD. Why don't you find somewhere else to go troll with all your different channels? And you know what? I'll block another one. You guys gotta understand, I already know who's who. I've seen these names enough now that I don't have to worry about it.
Okay, so I'm trying to get to the questions because we got 10 minutes, so I don't want to spend it on those people. How long after the RI will we know what to tell the bank about being part of the Brando crew so we can get the best deal?
As soon as I go to the bank, and I'm going to go to Chase first. I'm going to go to Chase. I'm going to go to Bank of America. I'm going to go to Wells Fargo. I'm going to take a little bit of money at each place. I'm going to see who's most open or who's most enthralled about me introducing a bunch of my friends that are newly millionaires, 100,000aires, or $100-aires. And I'm going to say, look, if you want me to shout out on my station, what are you going to give them? Not me, them, to make them deposit your money in their bank. Because remember, we've learned this with the CBI. A bank's main thing is getting money through depositors. They want deposits. Then they want to take that money and loan it out. So your newly found IQD, your newly found wealth is what they want. So there's currency that goes all the way back with no security measures to 2003, 2004, 2005. So don't worry about your currency at this point. Turn it all in and see what happens at that point. Don't worry about a thing.
If you can afford to float it, I think that's going to be a great idea. If If you look at the GDP for this year and next year, good Lord.
And we were the only. Hold on. We were the only ones that told you guys about trade and GDP. No one's talking about that stuff.
Well, that's a Cali number.
Hold on. Victoria, California. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
You there?
I'm here.
Not you, Pimpe, the other caller. Are you there?
Don't look like
Can you
it.
describe them?
Let me see something. Sorry, I can't make it emerge. I thought there was still a button there.
Pimpe, I'll hold up. Call me right back. Hold on. Call me right back, Pimpe, okay?
Will do.
Okay, so the idea there is that I know Kuwait happened on a certain day, a certain time. I don't think anybody's going. I don't think they're going to follow Kuwait to the letter. It's not like a planned, timed event like that. They're going to follow their own agenda. They definitely have something in mind. They want to see a certain amount of stars align before they do anything.
I mean, they don't say nothing, and then you have to hang up on Pimpe.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Towels and everything in the hall.
Hello?
Mr. Brando?
Yeah, it's me.
Hello?
Hello? Hold on. I got to add Lee. Hold on.
We got like 7 minutes left. I just told you, go to currency exchange place in the mall.
Hey, Lee, hold on. Lee's speaking. Hey, caller, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I was listening to you about the news and going in banks and all that. I've been going to these banks saying Chase, Wells Fargo, U.S. Bank, and I always get to run around with them. You know, I was just asking, did you have that problem too?
No. But you gotta understand, I have a personal relationship with my bank that I've developed over years. So they understand what's going on, and they understand the fear is not that I'm going to call every 5 minutes about a scam, about a sanctioned currency. So I don't have a problem when I call my bank. No.
Okay.
I'm not saying anything rude or mean. What I'm trying to tell you is that they're not going to give you any information unless you have a personal relationship.
Oh.
They're just not.
All right, okay, that's all. That's the only question I really had. I've been watching you for the last couple months now, and I've been holding on to my dollar since 2004.
Right on. Well, good to have you, and please stay tuned. There's a lot going on in the marketplace. Don't be discouraged. Hang in there to be in there, okay?
All right, man. Thanks a lot. You take care.
All right, you too now.
Hey,
huh?
Got to do your introduction this episode. I didn't hear your shout out for Mr. Brando.
Oh, it was in the beginning, wasn't it?
I said in the beginning. Did I say I am Mr. Brando? I am Mr. Brando!
Oh, Lord.
All right, take care and be safe.
All right,
You
bye.
too, my brother.
Casey, it's not just time. Lee, you there? Leroy? I think you hung up on Lee.
I do too. Well, y'all, it's at the end of that line, so we can hang up. Stay true to the cause. Watch the news. Look for coins. Look for large corruption cases. Look for large forgery cases. Look for the Minister of Education to be seated the first part of the legislative term, which happens on Tuesday. The ascension to the WTO is a quick acceleration of our investment. Look for all those things. Look for the news. And Daisy, get your earplugs in here. And look for things that are pertinent, especially not just to Article 140 because it settles land disputes. But also look to see what's going to happen with the new government, with these new ministers being ousted and what they're being ousted for. Not just being ousted, but what they're being ousted for. So with that, y'all, it's a great weekend. I hope you guys have an awesome holiday weekend. Shout outs to Florida, shout out to Oregon, and I love you guys. Have a great weekend.
And be safe.